Welcome to the Week 9 pregame show. This is Patrick Johnston in the downtown offices of the Vancouver Province. On the line we have our BC Lions football writer, Lowell Ullrich. Lowell, good to see you.
Greetings, Patrick. How are you today?
Doing very well. Now, Lowell, last weekend in Toronto at the Rogers Centre, the Lions knocked off the Argos 33-17. It was an interesting game for a whole bunch of reasons. You've written quite a bit about it, but one of the things that caught my eye was this usage of Kevin Glenn, who obviously is playing very well, but also spotting in Travis Lulay. What are we going to see this week, do you think?
Well, I think we're going to see more of the same. A little bit of Kevin Glenn, a little bit of Travis Lulay, maybe more of Kevin Glenn if his thigh problem doesn't give him too much cause for concern. Glenn, you know what, wasn't great, wasn't bad, threw no picks, and I think that's probably the big key. Travis Lulay got his feet wet, didn't throw the ball. I'm sure that would be something they'd want to do against the Riders, is actually see him throw a pass. But I think we're still in that, as long as Kevin Glenn keeps winning, there's got to be more of the same for the Lions.
Now, we do see, as you mentioned, the Roughriders coming this weekend against the Lions, a 5-2 team. They've won 4 straight games. What are we going to see from the Roughriders in terms of a challenge for the Lions?
Well, it starts and ends, I think, with John Chick. They're a very fine defensive end, 12 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss, leads the league in the sack category. He is a load. That's going to be a big source of concern for the Lions. And also Jerome Messon, the former BC Lion, who's found a home since he was cut by the Alouettes earlier this year. Messon, if the Riders decide they're going to use him, he can be very, very effective. So number 1 and 2 are concerns, I think, for the Lions. Number 3, as always, Darian Durant. The guy won a Grey Cup as their quarterback. He hasn't been great, but when he's on, boy, he's a load. He'll be tough to beat as well.
Now, Lowell, in the pages of the Province on Sunday, we had a column from Angus Reid, and he talked about the team lacking definition, especially looking at the absence of Andrew Harris and what they were going to do in terms of their running game and their attack. What was Angus talking about there?
Well, whatever Angus was talking about certainly was answered by the Lions in that game. Is what he was trying to see is what kind of team is this? And basically what we found out, it's really the same team that the Lions drew up at the start of this year and other years. Run first. Andrew Harris gone. Stefan Logan plugs in and just gets as many carries. He had a career high for carries, 19 rushing carries for 145 yards. So the Lions are obviously saying to us, you know what, we can run the ball no matter who we have as our tailback. So that was very defining, and also defining too was the fact that they had 26 running plays and 25 passing plays. You can't get much better balanced offense than that.
Now, Lowell, thanks again for joining us today. Folks, Lowell will, of course, be on his usual chat on Fridays. We'll also have a podcast going up this week, and lots of coverage in the pages of the Province and online at theprovincesports.com.